Alrighty, folks, so continuing on with the story, my feet finally touch Mexican soil after the plane lands. And lo and behold, once we grab your luggage, we have to go through security to see if you're either going to get your bags checked by security or not. And the way that this happens out in Mexico, I'm not sure if they still do this after COVID, but before COVID, what you would have to do, and I remember even doing this as a little kid, like you'd grab your bags and then right before you get to the checkpoint where you can actually exit the airport, you have to press this button where if it turns green, you're a lucky one, right? Because they don't search your bags. But if that light turns red, you have to get your bag searched. And they do an intense search where, I mean, they'll go through everything, right? Even just everything. They'll just pull everything out and make a mess, right? So it's something you don't want to get. And so as I'm sitting there waiting, we're all waiting to see everyone's destiny, to see if they're going to get the green light or the red light, as they're, trying to exit the airport. I'm sitting there and I'm like praying underneath my breath. I'm like, God, please let me get a green light. Please, right? Because I had brought so many gifts for my family members, and I'm like, I don't want to have to explain myself on why I brought this and why I brought that, or like what this is and what that is. And I was like, come on, please, God, let me get a green light, right? And so as we're approaching, it's my turn, right? And so I go and I press the button. And, ever since I was a kid, we'd always get a green light. So, I was pretty confident. I was like, dude, we're going to get a green light. And lo and behold, it's red. And I'm like, oh no. I'm like, they're going to have to search everything in my luggage, right? And I'm like, no. And so I see the line, right? And it's already backed up. Like there's already like a long line of people who need to get their bags searched. So I'm already like frustrated. I can see my uncle literally on the outside, right past the little barrier. And I'm like, all right. So I go into the line where everyone's like waiting to get checked, right? Everyone who got a red light. And so I'm sitting there and I'm waiting. And out of nowhere, I felt like God spoke to me. And he was just like, walk out. And I was like, what? I'm like, I still got to get my bags checked. What are you talking about? And he's like, just walk out. He's like, I'll cover you. It was like the funniest thing ever, right? I'm like, you'll cover me? I'm like, thank you. All right, let's go. And so I remember just looking like, nonchalantly, looking to my right, looking to my left. And I was like, all right. I mean, no one's paying attention. Like everyone was like so focused on searching other people's bags. And there was like a commotion that literally happened when God said, I'll take care of it, right? There was like a commotion that happened. And everyone's attention diverted to that situation. And I just kind of like looked around real quick and I grabbed my bag. And I saw someone got a green light. So as soon as he started walking out the door, I just grabbed my bags and started walking behind him like I was with him, right? And so I just walked out. Nobody noticed anything. I see my uncle, right? He's like waving at me. He's like, hey, how you doing? And I'm like sitting there like, oh my gosh, I got to get through that door and get the hell out of here before they see what happened, right? And so I'm walking out and my uncle's like, hey, how you doing? Like, he's giving me a hug. And I'm like, no. I'm like, we got to go. I'm like, I'll explain it to you later, but we got to go. And so we left. And then I told him what happened after, we went to go get some food. We went to like a taco stand. And he was like, oh, wow, like, that's crazy, Dad, He doesn't believe in God. So when I told him, I'm like, dude, this is what God did. He was kind of like, oh, yeah, yeah. But I was like, dude, God just helped me get through that line. Like, like, I know it sounds insignificant, but he was like, dude, I'll cover you. And like in that instant, he like literally caused a commotion. And I was like, wow. And so I didn't realize God was going to reveal himself to me in such a way that would leave no doubt in my mind that he was real. And so I'm happy to share these stories with you guys and enjoy, sit back, grab some popcorn, kick your feet up, and get ready for some crazy adventurous stories with God that we've gone through in Mexico. So stay tuned. That's pretty much day one. We finished up with tacos and got ourselves some good rest. And then the following day, man, that is gonna be another. God just kept moving and showing himself to me, and Stay tuned for that, guys. So, in the meantime, I am sending you so much love. Talk to you soon. Peace.